In Victoria, the flood emergency is still far from over, with emergency warnings remaining in place for some communities as the Murray River peaks at Echuca and continues to rise slowly. Authorities say many towns are now on track to experience their wettest October on record. But for residents in Echuca, the flood levy is still holding strong.
After days of fighting the water on the ground, Echuca residents say it was heartbreak as it once again fell from the sky.
And it's just depressing, basically, on top of everything that's going on.
Peter Mitchell calls his backyard the swamp. The Murray River is at least a kilometre away. About 30 millimetres fell overnight, with more forecast for the next 3 days.
It looks like it'll put further pressure on our river systems and maintain them in riverine flood status for some weeks to come.
The Murray River has already exceeded 50-year highs, with expectations it will inch closer to 95 metres above sea level. Anything over 93.5 is considered a major flooding event.
We might see a very small rise above that, but again it is intended to stay steady at that level for several days before we will start to see it receding in and around Echuca.
Stormwater from town is being pumped over the temporary levee at greater volumes since the rain restarted, as talk of a class action gathers steam for those fenced out from the flood protection.
What they used to say in the war, you never leave a man behind, but our whole corner left behind. Like, just stood on us in the mud to help themselves.
A confused kangaroo heads toward what used to be bushland, now an extension of the Murray River. Emergency services focusing on maintaining flood levees, with the emergency in Echuca far from over.
Time is right for people to go. Please go. If you are located in these particular areas, as you can see here, it's not a nice situation to be in.
It's been a marathon effort for residents on the outside of the levee to save their homes, some giving up the fight when the rain started once again. Those who've remained behind are pooling their resources and checking on each other to make sure they all get through this together.
It's really hard. People that have lived here their entire lives, they're watching their houses go under. It's quite sad.
Pretty devastating when it's something that you work for all your life and gets destroyed, yeah.
This coffee shop is one of the few businesses that has remained open, with $10,000 donated to provide free coffee for emergency services.
They're calling us ground zero here, and yeah, we've just been happy to be able to provide coffee for the community while they're trying to have a little bit of normal in such a crazy time. Yeah.
A crazy time that's set to continue, with the river unlikely to recede for several days.
And our reporter Abby Dinham joins us now from Echuca. Good evening, Abby. What is the timeline looking like for the Murray River's peak there at Echuca?
Good evening, Janice. We're speaking to the SES this afternoon. They're saying this current flood emergency could last between 10 and 11 days, but with the ground so sodden, any decent rain could spark another flood emergency for 4 to 6 weeks. Now, joining me now is Alicia Johnson, who's been helping with the sandbagging effort over the recent days. Alicia, is anybody able to relax as yet? How are the sandbags holding up?
I don't think anyone's breathing at the minute. Everyone's really anxious and on edge. No one's sleeping. We've just spent the last week building up levee banks, making sure we have pumps, petrol, food in areas where food needs to go. And now with all this rain, it's just causing havoc with our plans. Everyone is really, really stressed right now.
Have you been short of volunteers coming to try and help out and carry sandbags?
Absolutely not. We are amazed by this wonderful community. We've put shout outs on Facebook. Everybody has come. We've had hundreds of volunteers over the last few days. We needed 500 sandbags yesterday for my auntie's house, and everyone just pitched in and we got the sandbags delivered. Our community is really, really amazing. So we are so grateful. Thank you.
As you can hear, Janice, an incredible community effort as this flood emergency continues in Echuca.